This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of November 25th, 2022, brought to you by That's Good HR. I'm Alex Brown. As the holiday shopping season kicks into full gear, many are wondering how recent challenges in the supply chain will affect the availability of goods. Kyle Catani, professor of operations management at the Indiana University Kelley School of Business, says while supply chains are starting to catch up after being stalled due to the pandemic, the challenges have almost reversed.
But the bad news is that a major reason for this change is that the economy is starting to slow down. And so, in fact, for some supply chains, the problem has now moved to one of oversupply, that inventory is starting to pile up.
In an interview with the Associated Press, Catani said this holiday season will be a story of feast or famine.
I strongly suspect that while we'll see some shortages of goods, in other cases there will be fire sales as firms try to get rid of the excess inventory that has accumulated as supply chains overreacted to the shortages of the last year. So my advice is to be flexible and opportunistic. There will be shortages of many products, but there are also now warehouses of other products that are going to go on sale.
We'll have more from Catani on how the chip shortage will play a factor in a moment. The owner of the former Lafayette Square Mall in Indianapolis will today open a pop-up market for mall tenants as work continues on the property's transition to the Window to the World mixed-use development. Soho's Capital says the market will be set up at the former Sears building, giving more than 20 tenants a free, temporary space heading into the holiday shopping season. The center was originally scheduled to open November 21st, but earlier this month, the developer said construction delays forced a postponement of the reopening. Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand is made possible by the following.
With one call to That's Good HR, your hiring challenge is solved. It's that simple. That's Good HR is the secret ingredient to strategic staffing. Have an HR, accounting, administrative, or customer service position to fill? Trust That's Good HR to make a match that's good for everyone, whether temp to hire, or a direct hire placement. For 22 years, That's Good HR has been handpicking employees and employers through a highly personal and authentic approach that delivers long-term results. Visit that'sgoodhr.com. Remember, the match matters.
Join IBJ Media and Inside Indiana Business for Engage Indianapolis, December 6th at the Westin in downtown Indianapolis. We're assembling Indy's top business, community, and philanthropic leaders for a discussion about key initiatives that will create a more vibrant quality of life for all Hoosiers, from talent attraction and retention to workforce and economic development. We'll explore what's working and big ideas for what's next. RSVP by November 30th at IBJ.com.
Among the major aspects of the supply chain challenges in the U.S. has been a shortage of microchips. Kyle Catani with the IU Kelley School of Business returns and says the shortage continues to play a factor in various industries, but with different results. He says it's hard to predict how exactly the chip shortages will affect prices and availability this holiday season, though prices are likely to increase.
In particular, for this holiday season, you may have a harder time finding that shiny new phone. But on the other hand, General Motors has been in the process of clearing out backlogs of nearly completed cars. These are cars that were constructed with everything except for a few chips, and they've been waiting in parking lots. So now that the chips are becoming more available, the cars are leaving the lots. So the shortage of cars may be easing this winter.
Looking forward, Catani says the automobile industry's transition toward more electric vehicles could cause a variety of supply chain complications over the next few years, particularly with regard to the production of batteries. Indiana State University has received a $2 million gift for its School of Music and Student Philanthropy organization. The gift comes from Don Dudine, an ISU alumnus and past chair of the ISU Foundation Board of Directors. The university says $1.5 million has been earmarked for the Don Dudine School of Music Endowed Fund, which aims to provide assistance for music students in recruitment trips to high schools as part of their annual performance schedules. The gift will also support students who are not music majors but wish to participate in the university's marching band. This report is brought to you by That's Good HR, the secret ingredient to strategic staffing. More at that'sgoodhr.com. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand.